Hello, welcome to the full moon meditation in Aries. I am Jessica. I'm one of the instructors at Pranic Healing Victoria. So I'm just going to walk you through some of the astrology that's happening right now, so you can get a better sense of the energies that might be influencing you. Okay, so the moon is in Aries. Now, Aries, of course, is the first sign in the zodiac. It is the ram. It's a fire sign. It's also considered a cardinal sign. What does that mean? It means that it comes at the start of a season. The ruling planet for Aries is Mars. And of course, Mars, the god of war, combine that with that fiery aspect, that is some really intense energy. The mythology of the ram is connected to the golden fleece. The golden fleece was actually a fleece of the golden ram that Jason and the Argonauts stole. The energy of Aries is like really that energy of a pioneer, dynamic energy to start projects, passion, courage, initiating, really into starting, that spark to start something that you're passionate about. That independent kind of spirit, willful energy. And right now, the planet Mars happens to be in Libra. So, of course, when the moon is in Aries, the full moon is in Aries, that means that the sun is in Libra. They're the opposites on the wheel, the astrological wheel. The astrological wheel. So there's Libra. And of course, the opposite is Aries. The sign of Libra is the scales of justice. It's an air sign, so a lot of mental energy, a lot of thinking. It's also a cardinal sign, so that initiatory energy, it starts the season, right? So for us in the Southern Hemisphere, Libra has come just after the start of the spring equinox. Its ruling planet is Venus, and it is connected to the mythology of the goddess Themis. It has the energy of being diplomatic, very social, balance, fairness, harmony. These things are really important for a Libra. Beauty, studying, and a lot of mental stimulation, very smart people, Libras. They can often see the bigger picture, and I think that's why they really crave that harmony and that balance. Now let's talk a little bit about the goddess Themis. So she's an ancient goddess in Greek mythology, and she was the daughter of Mother Gaia, the earth, of course, the one who embodied the earth, and Father Sky, Uranus. So she has a lot of those energies, of the earth and the sky, the air. She was one of the 12 Titans, the second wife of Zeus, and the mother of the seasons, of time, and the Morai. So the Morai are the three fates who weave your karmic, your destiny. They weave your life in that mythology. She was known as Lady Justice. Now, the type of justice, the type of law that she's associated with in ancient times was really that divine law, like very much that heavy karmic stuff, the divine law. Nowadays, you'll see statues of her in front of law offices, in front of courthouses. She has come to symbolize justice and the law. Now, some journal questions that you could ask yourself at this time is, are there areas in my life where I could have more balance? That's probably something we all could incorporate, just have a think about it now for a minute, get your pen and paper, do some journaling, and really think, what part of my life am I giving to other people more than I'm taking a bit of time for myself? And is that draining me, Or am I maybe too concerned with myself and I haven't been helping a lot of other people lately? You know, where do I need some balance? Do I need more sleep? Do I need more activity, more things to do that I'm passionate about? Am I working too much? You know, what's the work-life balance? Another thing to think about with these energies is, you know, times when I've been treated unfairly, times when I've treated others unfairly. And of course, as pranic healers, you know what to do with this energy. We've got lots of techniques if there's this kind of energy nagging you. You know, the forgiveness, the cut and release, blessing people. This can really give us the shift that we need to kind of get to process these circumstances and to get on with it and be happier again. So the prevailing planetary energies, because Aries and Libra are very strong right now with the moon and the sun, we have the planet of Mars and the planet of Venus. Now, this is what it says. I'll read you this little quote from Esoteric Astrology, of course, by Alice A. Bailey, who channels the Holy Master Dwal Kul. Libra Aries, the achieved equilibrium at the point of rest provides the mental impetus for soul control. Passion is transmuted into love, and the initial desire of Aries becomes the full expression of love wisdom. Desire to manifest becomes the aspiration to be. So you might want to also journal about how that makes you feel reading that and how you are perhaps manifesting some of that energy into your life. The higher aspect of, you know, that kind of fighting Mars energy. By the way, in ancient times, you know, the planet Mars ruled the day of Tuesday, represented, of course, by the god Aries, Mars. In Scandinavian, it was the god Tyr. And these are both gods that are sky gods, you know, gods of war, gods of a lot of will and power. And in ancient times, they would start wars on a Tuesday. It was considered the best day to start a war. So looking at the energy of Mars, when you have that fiery, passionate energy to fight, but you transcend that onto like a higher level, that's likened to nonviolent protests, fighting without fighting. Now, this is actually a quote from The Wild Unknown, and these cards that I have pictures of are from the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck and guidebook by Kim Krans. I find this to be a great tool for helping to develop my intuition working with these cards. And then, of course, the energy of Venus, loving, beauty, energy, and the higher aspect of that is that greater universal love, of course. Now, what's the interesting thing about astrology? Astrology can be a pathway for soul realization. For example, if you know your sun sign, and you know, you might find that you identify with some of the positive traits and some of the negative traits. And when we can look at that with like real self-honesty and say, oh, you know, I actually have a few of these negative traits of whatever your sign is, then you know what you have to work on within yourself, right? You know, you can become to know some of your triggers, some of those things that get you worked up. And then you can start to look inside yourself on what are those really telling you about yourself, you know? What do you need to work through so that those aren't your negative qualities, you know, so that they don't control you. So the energy right now, of course, we've had the spring equinox. There's Aries energy, Libra energy. This is a great time with all this kind of new, fresh spring. You know, we're embarked into the light half of the year. So this is a great time for giving yourself a card reading, having a little card reading to kind of intuit what might be coming up in this light half of the year. It's, of course, a great time for meditation. because, you know, the energies of Aries with Libra can be a little bit, there could be a bit of friction. Aries is, you know, gung ho and just moving forward. Whereas Libra is like, no, wait, let's have some balance, some harmony. So if you find that there's a bit of friction with those energies, of course, turn to meditation to help balance the chakras and the energy bodies to better flow through this time of Aries and Libra energy. Some more journal questions, if you would like. What do you want to accomplish during the light half of the season? You know, we're hitting up to summer solstice now that we're at the equinox, up to summer solstice. And so this is a time when it's light outside longer. You know, the sun is here, it's warm. A lot of people have a lot more energy during this time. So you might want to plan it and use that wisely. Another thing to look at is, where do Aries and Libra show up in your chart? Do you have much Aries and Libra in your chart? Okay. Oh, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the talk, and do take this opportunity around the time of the full moon to meditate lots, to bless, and to let go and have fun. Bye.